Hi everyone, it's Christine Josty from Mail Something Pretty, and today I'm going to show you how I made this double window shaker card. Has little cute little sprinkles inside, and it opens up, and by double window I mean you can actually see through it, so we're going to use 2 sheets of the window sheets. Isn't that sweet? I'm absolutely in love with this suite, which is from the Occasions catalog, and it is called the Cool Treat Suite. And we're going to use this set, the Cool Treats. We're also going to use the Tasty Treat specialty paper and a little bit of the Frozen Treats framelits dies. And this paper, I actually have the samples because it's just awesome. You can probably see them better in these big sheets. There's ice cream cones and popsicles, some brown, which kind of, you know, the chocolate chip sprinkles, and here's a whole bunch of sprinkles, ice cream sundae, and then the back sides of these sheets are solid colors sun and fun colors, stripes. It looks like an ice cream cone. Just love them. And then these two, it's actually called specialty paper because there are special papers inside. I'm hoping you can see that these are glossy. So the strawberries and the cherries have this like an embossed feeling to it, and you can leave it as it is, or you can use a sponge to color the background, and then the cherries and the strawberries will keep its color. And same things with the ice cream cones and popsicles. They have some shine to them. It's really nice paper. Okay, so the here are 2 actually other samples of really the same card. I have this shaker here. This one I used ice cream cone and ice cream paper. I did the popsicle paper with the popsicles, and this one too I did the sprinkles paper with the popsicles and some popsicle washi tape. And there are differences with, I used the what's this stuff called? The sprinkles embellishments. I don't have a whole lot left. Been using it, well, but I have a class coming up, so I need to save those. And so what we're going to use today is what I did with this one. It's with the sequins, and it's actually from a past paper pumpkin kit last Valentine's Day. It came with a whole bunch of sequins, so that's what we're going to use. But you'll use them the same way, whatever you put inside is your shaker. Okay, so what we need here is, oh, I was going to show you. So this card, I use the baker's twine and opens up, so forth, that way. But the problem I find is when, it's not going to happen. Sometimes when you have a card that opens this way, it just flops down. Of course, it's actually working okay. And so sometimes what I do is I open them this way so that when they stand up, they just stay that way. So really you have options to have your card in either direction. All right, so I have my paper. This is, when it's closed, it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 squared. So it's 8 1/2 by 4 1/4. That's how it's cut. I have my specialty paper here. It's 4 by 4, and the inside is 4 by 4. And then I have a piece for the inside, and I think that's, I'll check, but I think it might be like 3 3/4, or I think that's 3 3/4 squared, but I'll find out, and I will put it either in the comment section of this video or on my blog, and so you can have the exact dimensions for everything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to tape this down. Now I'm only putting adhesive on the outsides, and you'll see why in a second, because we're going to cut that middle out. So I'm going to place that down here, and then I'm going to use my Big Shot, and I'm going to use the, actually no, hold on, we're not going to use those just yet. We're going to use the circle framelits, which are here, and I love these because they have a nice scalloped circles, and they have plain circles, and what they're nice because they layer together, and you get 16 dies in this whole set, and it's really fantastic. So these are the 2 sizes that we're going to use. I'll bring my Big Shot here, and what we're going to do is we are going to put a circle. I'm going to square it up best by eye as possible, and we're going to cut that circle out. Do this kind of with my left hand. That's how I have the camera set up. There we go. Kind of tight quarters how I have this set up. Okay, we're going to use that again in a little bit. So I'm going to put that over here. And it just cuts our circle through 2 layers of paper. And so we didn't really need to tape the middle down. So you have 2 circles to use for a cute little tag or something later. Okay, and so now we are going to, I'm not going to tape it down just in case I make a mistake, but I am going to grab my stamping pad here. I like to use a stamping pad when I use photopolymer stamps because it gets a better stamp, a more even stamp. So we're going to use this Cool Treat stamp set, and oh, here it is, my happy birthday. Oh, I didn't wash it from the last time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, oh, there we go, it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here and close my card. And then I'm going to use my Early Espresso ink. I'm going to stamp, and you can see right through it, right through that window sheet. If you forget, which I've done before, you assemble the whole card and you forget to stamp it, it's okay, because it's pretty much centered, so you can eyeball it right in the center. The other stamp I'm going to use in here says, I hope your day is as sweet as you are. I'm going to put that right underneath. Now we don't need to stamp it in there. And I'm just going to put that right underneath. There we go. Okay. Oh, you know what? I just saw something and I don't want to forget to show you. I just bought these at the post office the other day. They're the new Forever stamps, and look, they're ice cream cones and ice cream sundaes, and how perfect is that to go with this stamp set. So I'm hoping to make some cards, because that background paper is pretty close to a Sauve Saffron color, and mint macaron and the flirty flamingo, so I'm excited to make some cards that match my new postage stamps. I didn't want to forget to show you that. Okay, so now we can tape this down right in the middle here. Okay, so good, it lines up. So the next step we're going to do is we need to use window sheets for, and then we're going to put our sprinkles inside. So I like to either put my window sheets when I cut them in an envelope so I don't lose them, because you can see that they're see-through, or if I put a Post-it note and I just stick it right to it so I can find it. We're going to use 2 of these window sheets because it's that double window. So the first one I'm just going to use Fuse. You can use Snail too, but I find the Fuse just sticks really nicely. And I'm just going to put some right, kind of right around that circle. And we're just going to put, it doesn't matter if it's messy because we're not going to see that. Okay. We are also going to use these foam strips, the foam adhesive strips, which really make it so much easier. I'll show you what I used to do, but they're just this nice line of strips. But before they came out with these, I would use dimensionals, and I would put one down, put the next one down, and I would go all the way around the circle, making sure these touched so none of the sprinkles went through. But it uses a whole bunch of dimensionals, which is fine. But takes a little while, so I'm just gonna leave that one on there. But what's nice is these foam strips. Let's look how easy this goes on, and just go around your circle. And let's see if I could make it all the way around or not. Oh, I do. Okay. And if you don't make it all the way around, then you just cut a piece of another one. Okay. So these were those that goes with this suite, those sprinkle embellishments, which I really do love, but I need them for a class on Friday. So we're going to use sequins, and these, like I said, these came from a paper pumpkin kit, but Stampin' Up! Still sells silver, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, and gold ones, I think. Really, you can use your imagination of what you want to put inside. So what I did, I pre-did those. I'll show you why, so I can find my, here they are. These ones, they come in a strip, so you just have to take one off one by one. So it just takes a few minutes. So I just did that ahead of time. And this is the Watermelon Wonder, which matches our Watermelon Wonder paper. So you know what? I'm actually, because this foam strip is higher, I'm actually going to put a dimensional right on top of that so it's the same height, so I don't have any escape. So now I'm just going to peel off that, and I'm going to take our second window sheet and just put that right on top and just seal it down. There you go. So we got sprinkles in there. And then what I'm going to do, oh, something I forgot. I'm going to grab the Big Shot out. I need to cut a hole or circle, which is that same size, right in the middle. So let me just do that real quick. I meant to do this ahead of time, but that's okay. Let's see how we do it. So again, I just want to kind of eyeball it because this piece of paper is cut a little bit smaller. I think it's 3 3/4 squared rather than the 4 1/4. Maybe it's cut at 4 by 4. I'll find out for you. All right, so it makes our circle. And what we'll do is we're going to just put some snail or fuse on there, and we're just gonna cover so you don't even see the foam. And it's not perfectly lined up, that's fine with me. Okay, so then we have our little window. Isn't that great? So oh, I got a little smudge. You could stop there, but I'm gonna just put a little bit more details on the front because I think it finishes it off. On this one I did Peekaboo Peach little scallop, and this one I have, oops, messiest person here. I have the blue. So I'm going to actually do blue, but with the scalloped edge. I'm going to show you how you do that. So again, we need our Big Shot. I'm going to actually run it this way, see if it works better. And on some of them, depending on which sizes you pick, I picked a little bit bigger size for this one than I did for this one. I don't know if you can see the circle's a little smaller because that sentiment was a little bit smaller. Whereas the Happiest Birthday, I needed it bigger so I could see through the window. So depending on which circles you pick, some of them you can actually run through the Big Shot at the same time. And I tried it on this one, but see how that's smaller and that's thicker, and I'm not happy with that. So I'm going to first just make my circle. Okay, and I'll use that for later. And then I'm going to line up, and I am using my magnetic platform so it won't really move. And I'll run it through again, and I get that nice outline of a circle. You can do that with squares and ovals, the hearts, and it really just has a nice effect to it. All right, so I'm going to take my card. I'm going to use, you can use any kind of glue. I happen to have my fine tip glue here, so I'm going to use that. Just put a little bit. There we go. And just play, and you can actually see there's a little imprint from that circle, so this kind of hides that too. Let's press it down. Isn't that nice? It dresses it up. So here's a tip on the fine tip glue. You have this needle here and it comes with it. You pretty much right after you use it, you want to put that tip back on. I find if I place here against my finger, and then I can use that to guide it back in. That's a handy way of getting it back in. If you don't put that needle back in, it will dry up and then you can't use it. Okay, so my second to last step within this suite too is washi tape. You get these 5 designs here, and this one I used the popsicles. This one I used the stripes. So I think on this card, let's try, this kind of mimics an ice cream cone. So I don't have, usually you can just tear it, but I want a nice edge, so I'm going to cut that piece. I probably should have done this before I put on my blue, I should call it my pool party circle, but I'll just put it down here. Let's see if maybe I can lift it up. And then I'll just cut the edge here. Let's see, I wonder, well, maybe not. Nope, it's not gonna flow up. That's okay, I'm gonna leave that there. And I already used my Big Shot, and I used those ice cream framelits, which are called the frozen treat framelits. It comes with all these great things. It comes with soft serve cone, the sugar cone, actually many different patterns of the sugar cone, ice cream, let's see, some popsicles, ice cream sundae, so that, you know, you can make that, a little hot fudge, a little cherry and a strawberry and sprinkles and a spoon. It is awesome. So, for the sake of the video, I already did that. I just had it here and I lost it. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see here. Do you lose things too that are usually just, let's see if it's stuck to the back. Nope. Just had it here. I lose things all the time. As you watch my videos, you're going to discover that I lose things. Okay, hold on a second. I will find it and I'll be right back. Okay, for those of you who are very observant, look at, I didn't lose it. It was right here this whole time. Okay, so I'm going to use dimensional. Actually, I'm going to use 2. But I don't want you to be able to see it, so I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to stick that right there. Make sure I can't see it. No, okay, good. There we go. And I'm going to also use some white twine, and I'm going to double it up and just make a little bow. There we go. Just my snips. And I'll use a glue dot just to stick it on. Stick it right on that. Oh, isn't that sweet? I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so minus that smudge, not so hard. So that's the double window. We got 2 window sheets, and pretty simple, but sweet, just like ice cream. Okay, so this is Christine Josty from Mail Something Pretty. Thanks for watching my video. Have a great day.